Hey everybody, just watched the Cardinals game. It's Sunday, September 30th, 2018. Cardinals lost their fourth in a row. They're 0-4. They just lost 20-17 to the Seahawks, who, by the way, haven't been that great this year either. But hey, I'd rather have the Cardinals lose a close game than a bad game. So at least they competed. Josh Rosen had a lot of promising signs. There was like 3 missed catches from Fitzgerald, a nice pass to J.J. Nelson, which if he kept his feet in would have been a touchdown. Ricky Seals-Jones dropped an easy pass, and just a lot of the receivers were not catching passes, which made Rosen's completion percentage, worse. But like I said, the way Rosen presented himself and played, he looked better than a rookie quarterback. And if ownership was smart, they better get good receivers and offensive linemen to build around your franchise quarterback. But yeah, I'm just disappointed again by the play calling of Mike McCoy. These runs up the middle that David Johnson does is so predictable. I mean, if he does gain yardage, it might be 1 or 2 yards, or he'll lose 2 or 3. It's like they got to roll him out and do short passes or use him as a slot receiver, which does takes away pressure from Josh Rosen because people are coveraging wider, not in the middle. And if David Johnson catches them, he's catching them for more yardage, and then he's juking less people. When you give it to him up the middle and he runs, he's got to go up against 5 or 6 defensive players. And it's just really bad play calling. Like I said, they need to do more fake handoffs with him, or the I formation where you give it to Johnson, you fake it to another guy. They both run opposite directions, which could throw off some defensive players. But when you just got David Johnson back there, you're doing a run play, you just hand it off to one guy who runs up the middle. Well, duh, why do you think that the play's not working? Because it's not anything fancy or tricky. So again, just a lot of bad play calling by Mike McCoy. Although defensively, Cardinals haven't been doing the greatest either. But again, I blame the offense in this one. I really do. We had a lot of good drives in there, and field goal kicker missed that field goal at the end. Although with 3rd and 5 on the 40-yard line, again, why do we run the ball? That's a far field goal if you don't convert. I would have passed it, to be honest. And frankly, if that didn't work, I would have went for it on 4th down, because I'd rather go for the touchdown or opportunity to be closer to field goal range. At least by then, you're A, more likely to make the field goal, and B, there's less time for them to come back. If you don't make the 4th down, well, the game is still tied, and they're not much further than if you were to punt the ball anyways. So bad play calling. They should have passed it on 3rd and 5 at that last drive the Cardinals had before they missed the field goal. Anyways, but yeah, I'm glad they lost, to be honest, because upper management needs to make some drastic changes, and the only way to do that is if they have a lot of losses this year. If they're, an 8-8 team or 6-10, they might not get rid of the offensive coordinator. But if they're 2-14, which is what I predicted they would be, then they might make drastic changes. So, like I said, that's my prediction on that. Plus, they'll get a better draft pick, and it'll make them more hungry to be more successful next year because they know what it feels like to lose. So, I can't think what else I got out of the game, but yeah, I'm glad they competed. Like I said, it was against a bad Seahawks team. No disrespect to Seahawks, but they did lose a lot of players. Obviously, they were the better team this game, but Seahawks offensive line hasn't been the greatest. We should have been putting a lot more pressure on Wilson than we did, and we failed in that regard. And but at least the play calling on defense was better than the offensive plays. It's just a matter of the defensive players not executing. So, but again, we have the talent offensively, I feel, to be better. We just need a better play caller. So, let me know if anyone thinks we should get rid of Mike McCoy or find a replacement, because I think we do. I think he's one of the reasons why we're 0-4, to be honest. With that said, instead of the Cardinals going 2-14 this year, I think they'll be 3-13 with Rosen. And yes, it might appear that that's not a lot of improvement, but at least the games they do lose will be closer games, as opposed to if Bradford was still playing, they would lose by a lot more and not be as competitive. So again, I like how they're playing Rosen, and Bradford was just a bad move all around. I mean, you get a pocket quarterback with no pocket protection. And if they would have built up the offensive line around Bradford, that might have been good. But even then, that would have been dumb because you're paying Bradford way too much money. And he's a good backup at best. He's not a starting quarterback by any means. He's never played a full season. So I think they should have kept Blaine Gabbert. And at least if they didn't draft Rosen, you could have had a better developed player in Gabbert in the event a better quarterback comes along. So I think they jumped the gun too quick with Bradford. They shouldn't have ever got the guy. It was a dumb pick. I thought it would have been better, but that's under the assumption they build the offensive line, which they clearly didn't. So that's that. So anyways, I just wanted to speak my mind on that game. And all right, feel free to post comments if you like, and I'll leave it at that. All right, bye.